And these are actually my words. I'm Glenn Hagele. I'm the Executive Director of the Council for Refractive Surgery Quality Assurance. By way of disclosure, I have no financial interest in any medical devices. We're a nonprofit organization, but our funding comes from certification fees. We provide surgeon certification. We distribute objective patient information, including our 50 tough questions for your LASIK doctor, and the opinions expressed here are not necessarily those of the people who finance us or those who have been certified by us. We're known primarily for our website at usais.org. In fact, we're known mostly as USAIs. Quality of life has always been the yardstick by which LASIK patients have measured failure or success. It's not Snellen 2020, it's not a refraction, it's not any objective measurement, it's always how LASIK affects the patient's life. In procedure and device evaluation, chart data is viable, but it is limited. We decided about 2 years ago to move from doctor's chart to patient's opinion. Our research found that there are 3 primary factors on which success or failure of LASIK is based: expectations, expectations, and expectations. If the patient is not fully informed and doesn't know what to expect, or if the patient's expectations are unreasonable, or if the patient doesn't get what is expected, you're going to have an upset patient. And Madam Chairperson, with your permission, how many people are here because of bad LASIK? Now, of those of you who've just raised your hand, if you had what you expected from LASIK, would you be here testifying to the FDA how great your vision is? Exactly. Are patients getting what they expect from LASIK and their doctor? And that is the ultimate question. We just developed the USAI's core survey. That's short for competence opinion relative to expectation. The survey is structured with as expected as the baseline. So we have as expected and degrees of better than expected or worse than expected. The survey is multi-center. We currently have 6 surgeons. We are expanding as a retrospective patient opinion survey. Patients are consecutive, all types of refractive surgery, including laser and mechanical. Patients are targeted for 6 months post-op. They are mailed hard copies of the survey. Responses are mailed directly to our organization. Patient anonymity is provided. We've mailed 1,800 surveys thus far. That's 300 for each of the surgeons from March 8th to April 16th. Yes, that's about a week ago. We've already received 553 responses, which is a 31% response rate. We have excluded for the purposes of this report those that reported they were less than 6 months post-op that had prior ocular surgery and those who had non-laser procedures, which gave us 462 eligible, which is a healthy 26% response rate. This is preliminary data. We are still receiving surgery responses. Gender, mostly female, mostly myopes. Several had astigmatism. And the pre-op use of reading glasses, this is important. We have 40% of the people who are reporting the effects of presbyopia. So we, of course, talk about monovision. 17% specifically selected monovision, 17% specifically declined monovision. 78% of the patients are 6 to 18 months post-op, relatively recent patients. This is the target that we're looking for. Post-op use of corrective lenses, including reading glasses, that is important. 89% are seldom or never wearing corrective lenses. Is this what they expected? By and large, it is. 96% wear corrective lenses as frequently or less frequently than they had expected. Post-op day vision, 98% say their quality of day vision is as expected or better. Night vision, 91%. That's a 7% drop. Pre-op vision with lenses versus post-op vision without lenses, 96% post-op compared to pre-op, expected or better. Post-op overall quality of vision, 96% overall quality of vision is as expected or better. Quality of life, this is the reason that we are here. 99% of the people who reported stated that their quality of life is as expected, better, or much better. 0.9% said it was worse than expected, and none in this cohort stated that it was much worse than expected. Would you have surgery now? Always a good barometer. 97% would have surgery now. Would you recommend surgery? 98% would recommend surgery. Apparently 1% would rather recommend than do. Now, we have a lot of detailed information on the different incidents of the adverse events, such as dry eyes, ghosting, but I'm going to focus, because of time constraints, just on people who report they have complications. We have 91% stating that either they didn't have complications or they had complications that have been resolved. But we've identified a very unique group, an important group here, and I'm going to run right through this. This 7% who said that they have complications, but they're seldom problematic. We drilled down, took a look, 91% of these people, this is the 7% who have problems that are seldom problematic, would have surgery again. So in summary, I'm not going to go through all of these numbers, and all of this data has been provided to the panel. But what we do have basically is the quality of life is much higher than I would have ever expected. And I think that, I have 5 seconds, I think what's going to be important is if the FDA is going to look at quality of life, don't look at that alone, because it appears, at least in our study, to have much higher positive results than other qualifying factors.
Thank you. Our next speaker will be Diana Zuckerman.